Hello, and welcome back to the Joy of Building. This episode, we're going to continue our little uh, German kind of style uh, castle area. So, first of all, we're going to make a little bit of a path over here so we can, well, get towards our front door. And it's gonna go right over there. I'm using green concrete powder for this because it fits in so nicely with the grass and uh, well, just because it fits in nicely with the grass basically. Alright, so actually it's very far over. I want it a little bit more forward. We need a bit more room. Don't want too small of a castle, so oops. Oh well, gonna have to get a new stair, I guess. Alright, so first of all, we're going to figure out where we want all our walls and such. So I'm just going to go ahead and place some logs. And what does placing logs for us do for us? Well, it's just to measure out the build. And this is basically where our walls are going to be in between. So I want another long section. The spaces in between each of these are going to be an odd number of blocks, because that's just easy to build with. Now why is that? Because that's because you always will have a middle block, and that just makes your life so much easier. Alright, so we're going to work with the green stained clay, and well, that's just what we're going to be working with. I think it fits very nicely with the grays and the brown colors we're using. You can also go for a bit more bright color, but I like the fact that this color is kind of a background color. It doesn't pop out too much, and that's why I like it. Alright, so now these pillars, kind of boring, kind of flat. So what we're just gonna do is on each of these pillars, every single one of them, except in the corner over there, we're just gonna put some support down here. And why not make it one block higher over here to make it a little bit more interesting for the people that go behind there. I'm leaving the back over there a little bit empty because I don't exactly know what I'm gonna do there yet. But I have some plans. It's gonna be pretty cool, I think. Alright, so we wanna have a nice large window over here. And what I'm gonna do with this window is I don't need that anymore. I'm just going to put in some iron bars. And in front of there, I'm just going to make a little bit of a support. Just going to add some detail like that. Doesn't have to make complete sense, but it's just a little something, you know? It makes it a little bit more interesting, like, what's that? And then you start looking at it and it's like, well, maybe it brings it some support. Oops. I want the trapdoors. And I want a little bit of some flowers over here. So on the sides I'm gonna have some nice tall flowers. And in the middle I'm gonna have some tulips. I think these flowers, they don't stand out too much, but uh, they're still there, you know? It's not like you can't even see them. So I'm going with, I think at least I'm going with this glass. I haven't really thought about it. And actually what we're gonna do to make a little bit of a detail is replace these two with red. So it looks like it's a bit of a curtain hanging in there. And now we're gonna continue with the green. And again, I want some flowers. So let's put a slab up there with a little bit of a flower pot. And over here, I'm gonna have a flower that pops out a little bit more. Gonna have a nice bright blue flower. Again, put some of these over there. Just something to give it a little bit more depth to your build. Give it a bit more detail. I'm just going to make a flat wall over there. So because it's a flat wall, we need some details, and we can have some more of those kinds of details. Let's have a flat line over there. And those things, you can make them more the same everywhere, but I like having it a little bit random. Just gives it a little bit more character to the build. So this area, I think it's too wide to just go across like that. So maybe we'll go across like this. And then put some cobblestone stairs on there. And again, one of these sections. I don't know what I'm gonna do with the back corner yet. And now we wanna put on a second floor. First of all, we're going to make a row of these, and we're going to have our logs go out one block. Like everywhere you would expect a support beam to be, like I would expect a support beam to go inwards like this. But I'm not gonna make the support beams actually go inwards because, well, I just want the inside of my build to be clean while making the outside look pretty. And I'm going to continue with our slabs all around. Actually, let's put this on there. Gonna put some buttons on that chiseled brick later because, as I've said in the previous part, I want it to look a little bit more like it has a little bit more depth. Oh, and those cobblestone walls connect nicely like that. Alright. Let's put on the logs. And I'm making the ones that are supposed to be straight. I'm making them like this because they're part of the support beam. Helps make that illusion of actual support beams going through the building. And then I want up here. I think up here. Let's check it out. Yeah, up there is fine. I want to put some of these behind it, so it's a little bit of a different texture, but it's still kind of the same color. So let's make our support beams go up a bit more. Not that high. And then we can continue with those slabs and put the, what's it called, the dark prismarine behind it. I haven't, to be honest, I haven't worked too much with dark prismarine in my life, so it may actually be a first, to be honest. I don't remember ever working with dark prismarine. Put this over here to make it even with the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4. I may make this one block higher eventually, but for now we'll just go with this, and then if I need the extra space I'll do it. Alright, put the dark prismarine on there. And on this house, castle, whatever it's gonna be called, a palace, I'm not gonna do too much of the interior because I always spend a long time on it, and I don't think the way I do interiors looks very good. I need more practice with it before I show you guys how to do it, okay? And I can't put my trapdoors on here because that's outside of the plot, so that's unlucky. Alright, so you would have your next floor be over here, I suppose. And that would be half slab. So I'll fill those in real quickly and then I'll meet back with you guys. And then we can see what we'll do for the second floor of this building. Now, putting in the floor over here. As I've said, we're not going to be spending too much time on the interior. But at least knowing where your floor is going to be makes a huge difference in how you approach building of the second floor. So I recommend always just putting in at least the second floor because, well, it gives you a lot more insight in how tall certain things should be, how much room you need everywhere, and it overall makes your build quite a bit nicer if you do that. So actually, I figured out what I'm gonna do with this bit. I'm just going to pretend like the build is extended on that side. So just going to pretend the house is, or the thing is a bit larger than it actually is. So there's a slab over there and there. Pretend our plot is a bit bigger than it actually is, and it also gives a nice way for other people to enter our castle. Alright, so basically we're going to continue with our walls being green. But of course we need some more detailing in there, but we're just first going to start like this. This is going to be where we'll connect a bridge to a tower. So we'll keep that open for now. And we'll see what we can do for detailing. So first of all, I think this needs to be a window. Just something simple, a window like that. Put some slabs up there, just because I feel like there needs to be a stair up there, or a stair, a stone wall, and same with over there. We also need some. Let's put it like that again. And some of these things don't really have one answer. Like, I don't know if we can put another little bit of a large window over here, but I don't want to do that, so I'm not gonna do that. Instead, I'm just going to make a little bit of an arch over there. Actually, I'm not, because I think we're using way too much of those slabs. So we need to switch it up a bit. And then also let's change these, because we really need some variety in there. It's so much of the same. I don't want that. Alright, let's make these half a block. No, that's not half a block lower. Or I don't want them half a block lower. I want some podzol up here and then connect it with that. And then put some flowers in there. What shall we use? Some. How do you pronounce it? Peony? Peony? Peony. I'm going with peony. I don't know the proper word for it. Alright, so I think we're ready to make another layer of these slabs. And actually, I think this bit is going to go into a roof. So we're not going to have these, we're instead going to have a full row of these. And I'm going to decorate the backside of this in a little bit. I don't mind about it too much for now. Alright, so the basis of our roof is going to be stone brick, and then we'll have some type of highlights in there. I don't know exactly how I'm gonna do it yet. So let's start off with just making this extend over here, and I'm gonna use a bit of world edit. So I'm going to use the stack command, and I'm going to guess it. It's gonna be around 10, no, 5 more. So I'm going to stack it 15 times, and then it just fills in. So that's really nice and easy for us to do. And I'm going to have some wood over there, just because I think that would make sense. Get it? It would make sense. Anyway, I'm gonna put some wood up there to decorate, make sure it's centered, because I love having my build things centered. And then the building is gonna be a bit taller over there, but I'm not gonna bother with that yet. To give it a bit more detailing, we're going to make these pillars extend upwards and then put in some of those slabs. Same for the back side. And you can do a lot more with this. You can make them go up 2 blocks and have them extend something like that. Or even 3 blocks or so, but just keeping it nice and simple. But I'm gonna make it cobblestone. because I want an outline for this. So I want to grab a cobblestone stair as well, and then have all these stairs be cobblestone on the outside. Just give it a little bit more detail, give it something nice to look at. As always, you can use any type of block you want. You can use darker stairs on the edge. Something like nether brick would look nice. I wouldn't personally use wooden roof, but if you've chosen different blocks for the rest of your build, you can try to make it work and see where that brings you. Alright, so there's a section of roof. And I think that looks pretty fine. It doesn't look great. I think this section, for example, needs some changing. Maybe do it like that. And then put some of these underneath. That gives it a little bit more detail. Gives it that little bit more depth that we might be looking for. Extend that one downwards. Makes it asymmetrical, but there's still a focus on the bright spots in the buildings over there and there and there. They're kind of all over the bright spots where you want to focus your attention. Alright, so we want a watchtower over here, right? So let's measure it out. Let's just use any type of block and make a circle. Starting with a circle is always an easy thing for a watchtower. Maybe today we'll make 2 circles actually. Make it a little bit more interesting. So we'll have that one over there, and we'll have a smaller circle attached over there. So let's have the base layer. We're going to have both towers made out of mostly the same blocks, but we'll build one tower at a time so we don't get too confused about what we're doing, because, well, you can easily get yourself out of it if you just want to do everything right in one go. So I'm going to be placing a lot of blocks which I'll later have to replace, but that's just the way it is. Let's place some of these down here. Place them below that. Just giving it a little bit of an outline. And then let's put another stair. One of those blocks on top. Oops. And again, when working with those blocks, I just like placing buttons on them, so I'll do that in a little bit. And work it outwards again, so place some upside down stairs on top. And let's just put a layer of andesite on there. And give these guys an outline. And then let's make this a bit more tall, so we have 3 blocks in between that section. And we'll worry about the bridge part later, but because it's just easier to build a tower and then just break into it. Just break it all open. Alright, so let's put some walls up there. Actually, let's not put 2 walls on top of each other. That's a bit silly. We can, however, put some walls on top of each other over there. And then we'll put some stone brick behind it. Or actually, let's give it a bit of color. Let's make it green. Use the middle mouse button because I just like using it. Let's give it a bit of color. I almost forgot to give it color and that would be a disaster. Alright, so as before, we don't even have enough space on our plots to continue the tower over there, but just continue building as if you have enough space. If you're building in survival, of course you have enough space and you can easily do that. But for me, it's a little bit more difficult. So, because I want to keep within the 35 by 35 area that I've assigned myself to. Alright, let's make some color in there. So let's make a ring of logs. Putting all the logs straight up because I don't see a good way to connect them in a ring. But like this, at least they're all the same orientation. And let's put some slabs on there to give it a little bit of detailing and also to hide the bottom texture of the blocks of the logs because I don't like that texture. We can put some detailing in like this, but we're going to instead use stone brick stairs. And that again gives it a little bit of depth, makes it look really interesting and gives it a lot of things to look at in your build. I want some of this over there. And again, put some buttons on there. Again, working on the edge of the plot is kind of a pain, but it is what it is. I can't fix it right now. Well, I could, but sometimes you gotta work in a confined space and that's just the way it is. Alright, so I wanna have a top floor over here. So I'm just going to place in some of these. Going to have a little bit of a space where we can put a ladder, so we're gonna put a ladder on there. You might also want to put an actual staircase in there, but I'm being a bit lazy. And I'm just gonna put a ladder on there, but not yet. Not yet. Because I'm going to continue my tower first. Put some of this around. And you could use fences. I just enjoy using this instead. The walls. I think the walls look very sturdy and makes it look like a bit more professional of a watchtower. And to give it an illusion of some depth, make these go down half a block where you can. Alright, and then we want to continue to our roof. So how are we gonna do that? We're going to have these stack up a little bit, I think. Yeah, let's use these. Let's not put them that high though. It looks a little bit silly if you make it too high. Alright, so I wanna grab some of these, put them in there. Actually, let's also put them in the corner. Why the hell not? Let's just do it. And then we'll put in some circle. And let's top these off with some circle bricks. Actually, yeah, let's just do it. Who cares? Let's just do it. What I'm thinking about might be a problem is over here. We can only put one button. Oops. But we can put some of the stone walls in between and it's all solved. Alright, so I want my roof on here to be spruce planks, and I want to have it nice and tall, my roof. So just like with the bridge, I'm working with Fibonacci numbers, so I'm going up 3 blocks because 3 is a Fibonacci number, then 5, and then 8 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I'm doing the same on all sides. And then I'm going to have to make it a little bit smoother than what it is right now because this isn't very smooth. And I like my things being smooth. So let's put some of that. We'll need for this some spruce slabs and spruce stairs. And making it a bit smoother is always just eyeballing it. There's no real rules to making it smoother. So for some of you, this may be one of the most difficult steps in this build. Simply because for this bit of the build, there isn't specific rules as to how you would want to do it, but there are definitely cases where you may have built something and someone will just come along and say, well, that's just wrong, it should be different. And to that I say, sometimes things may look wrong, but as always, it's your own build, it's your own world. You can do whatever you want. Though sometimes some things will look more interesting, or I dare even say better than other things. So sometimes it's tough deciding what you want to do exactly with your build. Let's actually put some fences down there. Alright. And then I actually want a big flag on there. So let's just grab 3 random colors. Black, yellow, and blue. And let's just make a flag. Let's make this pole a bit taller actually. Gonna have my flag be 3 blocks long, 3 blocks tall I mean. And have it waver in the wind a little bit. Like so. And this again is one of those pieces of a build where you're not there's just no way I could tell you how to do it exactly. It's just your own build and it's gonna be your own each time. You shouldn't just listen to me. I'm gonna make this bit go out a little bit more because it's in the wind, you know. It's going to be windy and... Alright. There's our random flag. I don't know if there's a country which has a flag that looks similar, but... well, yeah, there it is. So earlier I was talking about making a second tower. I like this tower so much I'm not gonna do that. Sorry if you really wanted to see two towers connected, but not gonna happen today. Alright, so let's make this bridge that connects to the tower. And this bridge is gonna be flat. That doesn't mean we can't make it interesting. So the first thing we're gonna do is build our pod, and as you can already see, it's not straight, which may scare off a lot of people, but in my opinion it just makes the entire thing so much better. Gives it so much more details. Alright, so let's connect it over here. Let's fix that up. And then we'll have some stone walls. I've already got a stone wall over there. Let's just put it like so, I suppose. Again, there's no real rule about where to place each thing, so sometimes you just have to make a guess as to what will look the best to you. And let's put in a floor over here. Let's continue with our green theme and put in a door. Let's put in this door. Why this door? Because it looks very closed and, well, it's our guard tower and I don't want many people peeking inside, basically. Let's connect these logs down because I think that would look good. Good. Let's make some of this connected like that a bit. And then let's grab not those slabs, but stone brick slabs and kind of do a similar thing to the bridge down there, where we just put slabs down in between the walls and then just connect it up. We'll also want a door over here. Just for consistency, we're going to also do this and this. And then I'll do that, and to make it easy on ourselves, just put some stone brick in there. And let's make this bit a stair. I think that looks better. Alright. And then let's extend these up one block, because I want a roof on our bridge. A proper roof. And I want my roof to be the same style as this guy. I don't even have any slabs in there anymore, so I need to grab them like that. And This one is just going to be fairly simple. Just put the stairs like this, and then work it off like that. And then let's go inside real quick. Whenever you can see outside, just put a little bit of that over there. Um, let's put that. And then let's put in a little bit of a hole like that. Let's actually just connect it all the way. Is that even... See, sometimes things like this are difficult because it's just not the same on each side. But we can make it work. Alright. Why did I do that? Because I want some lighting in here. No, that doesn't work. Silly Qasxz. Alright, lighting. And let's not use these, let's use glowstone instead. Works a little bit better with the texture, with the color. And to kind of hide it a little bit, we're gonna use this. Oh, but no, this doesn't connect anymore. 1 second, guys. I'll think about how I'll fix this. All right, I figured it out. We're just simply going to put in some anvils. Anvils are always a good way to make walkways connect. And then, because anvils don't connect very well, I like to just put some gray carpet on there. Gray carpet worked better with the anvils in the last update. With the World of Color update, it's kind of a little bit out of the right color, but it's not terrible. I've also put some, if you see down there, some trapdoors on the glowstone to hide the texture a bit more. And it should be lit in there. Alright, so I hope you've enjoyed this part of the joy of building. I'll see you guys in part 3 when I just finish up the rest of the build. I'll put a stair inside of our castle. I'll finish up this back part, and I'll make a little bit of a garden down here and put some leaves around the tower. Just make everything look a little bit more finished than it is right now. So, I hope you've enjoyed part 2 of this episode of The Joy of Building. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.